The item number 2, which is roll call.
Branch,
Here.
Costales.
Here.
Graham,
Here.
Henry,
Here.
Hussey.
Here.
Mahalovich,
Here.
Prather,
Here.
Schreiber,
Here.
Ward. Here. Wiseman. Here.
Okay, thank you. At this time, we'll move into item number 3, and which is nominations and elections of President Pro Tem. Councilman Branch.
I would like to nominate Rick Mahalovich to be the President Pro Tem.
Second that.
Okay, it's been moved for Rick Mahalovich as Pro Tem.
I call to cease nominations
Okay, it's been called to cease nominations
and elect by proclamation.
and to elect by proclamation. Can we do that together? All right, it's been moved to cease nominations and elect by acclamation. Is that a voice? That's a voice. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those against? Aye. All right. Now, at this time, it would seem fitting for me to give up this seat to the mayor, or President Pro Tem.
Okay, thank you. Be kind to me. First time I've sat up in the big seat here. Item number 4, the adoption of the agenda. Okay. Will you be kind to me? Okay, item number 4, adoption of agenda. A motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, we have the agenda in front of you. Next item is nominations and election for the Planning and Zoning Representative. Do we have any nominations for the chair, the Planning and Zoning Representative? Glenn?
I nominate Councilman Graham.
Any further nominations? Seeing none, we'll have nominations closed. All those in favor of Councilman, excuse me,
Point of order, do we have to elect 2 of them at the same time, or just one? Okay. And,
I'll accept nominations for the alternate.
I'd like to nominate Councilman Hussey for the alternate.
Any further nominations? Seeing none, we'll go ahead and,
I move that nomination cease, and we elect by acclamation.
all those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay, we have item 5A completed. Now we need to go for 5B, which Item 6, appointments by the mayor. There's a handout that describes all the persons nominated or appointed by the mayor for administration. We have Branch, Mahalovich, Weissman, Costales, Schreiber. For the annexation committee, it's all 10 council members. Finance committee will be Prather, Mahalovich, Hussey, Graham, Henry. For public safety, it's Branch, Ward, Weissman, Graham, Schreiber. For Public Works, Prather, Ward, Hussey, Costales, Henry, and for the Capital Area Metropolitan Planning Organization, it's Henry, Hussey, Schreiber, and Weissman. After the meeting, we'll conduct a short nominations for chair and vice chair of those committees. Do we need a motion? Okay, I'd accept a motion to accept those appointments by the mayor.
Second.
Second.
Okay, any other, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Item 6B, we covered. Item 7, miscellaneous agenda items. I have none. Item 8, presentations from staff, consultants, invited guests. None. Item 9, presentations from the gallery on specific bills or resolutions. Do we have anybody sign up? And I think this council's taken the position that you need to sign up 15 minutes prior to the meeting as dictated by the charter, and there'll be a clipboard outside each meeting to sign in prior to the meeting. Item 10, any announcements by the mayor, council, or staff? I will have one announcement. The next scheduled meeting, when we approve it, is May 2nd, is that right? May, yeah, council meeting. And we will have the South School students read their essays. And the essay content has to do with improvement of Parks and Rec. So I'd invite Parks and Rec to invite staff here and any commissioners that wish to attend for that meeting and the reading of their essays. Any further announcements? On the consent, bills introduced. Item 11, this is interesting. 2016-1. Start all anew. Ms. McMillan.
An ordinance of the City of Jefferson, Missouri designating 201 East High Street as a historic landmark.
Thank you, Mr. President. Jamie Abbott will make the presentation on the 3 landmark bills.
Hi. Good evening. Once again, I'm Jamie Abbott. I am the Neighborhood Services Coordinator, and I serve as the liaison to the Historic Preservation Commission. Tonight, I'm here before you to discuss about the 2016 Landmark nominations. The Landmark Award as an honorary designation is made by the City of Jefferson Historic Preservation Commission, which recognizes a property's historical significance and contribution to the community. Since 1993, the Commission has recognized 100 buildings or properties as Landmark Award properties. During the city's Heritage Week activities, the awards are presented to the owners along with a designated landmark plaque for permanent display on the building or property. This year's Heritage activity takes place on Tuesday, May 17th at 4 p.m. in the council chambers. Pursuant to Section 8-42 of the City Code, a property is eligible for landmark designation if the Historic Preservation Commission determines that it meets any of the following criteria. Criteria A, the potential landmark is an identifiable neighborhood or distinct geographical area which has historic and/or cultural importance to the city. Criteria B, the potential landmark is associated with a particular prominent person, a significant event, or historical period. Criteria C, the potential landmark exhibits a particular architectural style or school, or associated with particular architect, engineer, builder, designer, or craftsman. Criteria D, the potential landmark contains historic, prehistoric, archaeological features, evidence and/or artifacts which have the potential to contribute to the understanding of historic or prehistoric cultures. This year, the Historic Preservation Commission has recommended 3 properties to receive the landmark designation, and they're not in any particular order. I just want to add. First one I'll talk about is the Hope Mercantile Building at 201 East High Street. The property is known as Hope Mercantile, built by Israel Reed in 1833. The property once served as a physician's office, general merchandise, business, saloon, and gambling house. Lawyers, tailors, carpenters, and photographers all resided in the building. In 1899, the building was purchased by George Hope. The building was included as a contributing property in the National Register of Historic Places, Missouri State Capitol Historic District nomination. The Historic Preservation Commission finds that 201 East High Street meets criteria A. The potential landmark is an is an identifiable neighborhood or distinct geographical area which has historic and/or cultural importance to the city. Next is the Farmer's Home at 701 to 703 Jefferson Street. The following are excerpts from Walter Schroeder's article, which was made with the application. The intersection of Dunklin and Jefferson emerged as a commercial center of German-speaking Munichburg in the 1860s. The corner evolved into an establishment for overnight lodging when local farmers came to town to trade and they needed a place to spend the night because the trip could not be made in one day. That is the origin of the name Farmer's Home, which was used in the area by 1870. The present Farmer's Home was constructed in 1893 and 1894. In 1945, Earl and Kay Childers purchased the business, and they called it Echo Lounge for the Earl Childers Construction Company. The Historic Preservation finds that 701 and 703 Jefferson Street meets criterion A. The potential landmark is an identifiable neighborhood or distinct geographical area which has a historic or cultural importance to the city. And finally, the Deputy Warden's House at 722 East Capitol Avenue. The property was built by prison labor in 1900. This residence was owned by the state of Missouri to house the family of Deputy Warden of this Missouri State Penitentiary. The building is an example of a two-story brick American four-square house and was included as a contributing property in the National Register of Historic Places Capitol Avenue Historic District nomination. The Historic Preservation Commission finds that the 722 East Capitol Avenue meets criterion A and B, which is the potential landmark is an identifiable neighborhood or distinct geographical area which has a historic or cultural importance to the city, and the potential landmark is associated with a particular prominent person, a significant event, or historical period. I will entertain any questions that you all may have.
Ms. Abbott, I'd like to make one correction on the 722 East Capitol.
Okay.
That was the warden's house from 1949 until the last warden, Warden Don Warwick, was the last one to live there. So that actually was the warden's residence from 1949 through the 1970s.
Thank you.
Any other rebuttal? Questions? I think for the record, we'll need to read the two other bills. Is that correct?
Yes. 2016-2, an ordinance of the City of Jefferson, Missouri designating 722 East Capitol Avenue as a historic landmark. And 2016-3, an ordinance of the City of Jefferson, Missouri designating 701, 703 Jefferson Street as a historic landmark.
Any further questions for Jamie? Yes, Councilman Brady.
Would it be appropriate to suspend the rules to pass these just tonight?
Are you wishing to suspend?
Motion to suspend.
Second.
Seeing no objection, we can go ahead and vote on 2016-1
Read them again.
and for third reading.
An ordinance of the City of Jefferson, Missouri designating 201 East High Street as a historic landmark.
Okay, we'll need a roll call on that.
Branch,
Aye.
Costales,
Aye.
Graham,
Aye.
Henry,
Aye.
Hussey.
Aye.
Mahalovich,
Aye.
Prather,
Aye.
Schreiber,
Aye.
Ward,
Aye.
Wiseman,
Aye.
Motion passes. Is there a motion to suspend on 2016? Okay. Motion has been made to suspend. We'll go ahead for third reading.
An ordinance of the City of Jefferson, Missouri designating 722 East Capitol Avenue as a historic landmark.
Roll call, please.
Costales,
Aye.
Graham,
Aye.
Henry,
Aye.
Hussey.
Aye.
Mahalovich,
Aye.
Prather.
Aye.
Schreiber.
Aye.
Ward.
Aye.
Wiseman.
Aye.
Branch.
Aye.
Motion passes. Is there a pleasure on 2016-3? We have a motion to suspend, third reading.
An ordinance of the City of Jefferson, Missouri designating 701 to 703 Jefferson Street as a historic landmark.
Roll call, please.
Graham,
Aye.
Henry,
Aye.
Hussey.
Aye.
Mahalovich,
Aye.
Prather.
Aye.
Schreiber.
Aye.
Ward.
Aye.
Wiseman.
Aye.
Branch.
Aye.
Costello.
Aye.
Motion passes.
All right, thank you. I just want to make sure everybody is aware about the Heritage Week activities on May 17th. I placed a flyer on all your desk in front of you. I hope to see you all there. Thank you.
Next is 13 resolutions. We have RS 2016-1.
A resolution of official intent of the Council of the City of Jefferson, Missouri for the issuance of the city's taxable industrial development revenue bonds in a principal amount not to exceed $8 million to finance a project for the benefit of Modern Lithoprint Company and authorizing certain actions relating thereto.
Okay. We have comments from council? We need a motion.
Second.
Okay, have a second? Did you get that? Okay,
Like presentation? Oh, sorry, I wasn't sure if you said council or councilor. This is kind of an exciting opportunity. The Chamber and Modern Litho Print have been working together on a expansion opportunity at Modern Litho. As you all know, the Chamber does much of these type of discussions and then brings it to the city. The opportunity is that Modern Litho has an opportunity to buy some very expensive, very useful equipment that will help them expand their operation. And in order to do that, they've asked for some assistance in tax abatement. And the way that manifests itself here is that there'll be a partial personal property tax abatement, and we'll issue bonds for that. The bonds will be bought by Modern Litho and then paid by the lease payments. So it's cost neutral for the city. It will grant at least 50 jobs with potential expansion being even more than that. We have Jacob Lauer here, who's our bond counsel, who prepared the bond documents. Jeff Davidson is a vice president for Modern Litho, if you have any questions about their use. And Sean Sappenfield with the Chamber, who did all the groundwork on this, is here as well. Happy to answer any other questions you might have. Or
Okay.
I'm sure those guys are too.
have any questions? Yes.
Did you say that's 50 additional jobs?
Yes. Is that right, Sean?
Okay.
I think it does take a few years in the agreement to gear up on the 55 years, yeah.
I'd also invite Sean or anybody to stand up if they had any further information they'd like to provide the council. If you could come to the microphone and state your name and address, if you would, for us, please.
My name is Jeff Davidson. I'm Vice President of Corporate Strategy with Modern Litho at 5709 Dry Creek Lane. I just wanted to express our appreciation for the work that the Chamber's done, the county, the school board, city council to help us make these improvements. It's going to greatly expand our manufacturing ability here in Jefferson City, and will help provide this as our manufacturing home permanently, at least for years to come. We do anticipate the addition of 50 jobs over the next 5 years, which we feel like will be a great asset to the city. And we just thank you guys for your cooperation in this.
Thank you. Any questions of Jeff?
Not to be too nosy, but
Sure.
what kind of equipment are you looking to purchase and expand with?
They're
Or-
printing presses, so
Okay.
specifically one very large printing press will add about 50% capacity to our current plant.
I do have the actual technical names of those if you want to know them.
Love to share, yeah.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other further questions?
We read it.
Okay, Sean?
Sean Sappenfield, Jefferson City Chamber. I would like to say Jeff kind of took the words out of my mouth, but this was a group effort, And I would like to thank, the projects come in through the chamber and are worked by the chamber, but a group effort, meaning by the city council, the city, the county, and the school district. Obviously, all this support is very much needed for our existing business community, and it allows for the growth. We referred to the 50 jobs over 5 years. So existing business, the chamber is out there always looking to attract business in, but we appreciate, again, the council's support with our existing businesses that we have here, and Modern Litho is a fine example. Thank you.
Thank you for all the work you do as a chamber on that regard. Any further questions, discussion? Since we're ready to vote, roll call, please.
Henry.
Aye.
Hussey.
Aye.
Mahalovich.
Aye.
Prather.
Aye.
Schreiber.
Aye.
Ward.
Aye.
Wiseman.
Aye.
Branch.
Aye.
Costalis.
Aye.
Graham.
Aye.
Motion passes. Next item is RS 2016-2.
Resolution authorizing the offering for sale of not to exceed $10 million principal amount of sewerage system revenue bonds, Series 2016, of the City of Jefferson, Missouri.
Okay, we need a motion.
So moved.
Okay, we have a motion in front of us. Mr. Marash would like to give us a brief.
Thank you. Excuse me. The title's fairly self-explanatory, but this does authorize the sale of additional $10 million bonds for the sewage system, Jefferson City sewage system. It's basically our next step in the paperwork process to close the loan, but we anticipate the actual sale of the bonds to be at a June council meeting. We also have the purpose of the bonds are to do capital improvements to the sewage system. Hazelton Pump Station would be an example, ABB Pump Station, and to replace old and undersized sewer lines. Our bond counsel, Jacob Lowry, is also here to answer any particular questions about the resolution you might have. It's a good summary.
Okay, any questions for Mr. Marash? Mr. Casalas.
Thank you, Mr. President. Matt, just to clarify for folks out there, this is the last part of a previous voter-approved bond, $50 million bond type thing?
Yes, this is the last installment to reach the $35 million total bond sale that was approved in 2010 by the voters, and it's already anticipated in the current rate structure for the utility.
Thank you, and especially for correcting the amount.
Any other questions? Okay, looks like we're prepared to vote. Roll call, please.
Hussey.
Aye.
Mahalovich.
Aye.
Prather.
Aye.
Schreiber.
Aye.
Ward.
Aye.
Wiseman.
Aye.
Branch.
Aye.
Costalis.
Aye.
Graham.
Aye.
Henry.
Aye.
Motion passes. Next item, 14, presentations from gallery. Do we have any signed up?
No.
We have none. Item 15, council and staff discussion on presentation topics. Councilman Christensen.
Thank you, Mr. President. Doesn't have to do with any of the topics, but several councils ago, we started not having people give their address from a safety standpoint. I think we need to go back to that, just ask them to give their name.
We don't put them in the minutes.
Just as a
Any comment from council?
funny story, the reason we did that is because it was a P&Z meeting where a gal showed up, gave her address, and then I guess people at the prison were watching her, and she got all kind of mail from them, so we asked to maybe stop that.
I'd say if it's not protocol, I don't know why we would do that. Does the chief have any comment that he'd like to provide on this? Is that public safety?
No, I don't have any strong feelings. I don't see, I can understand why we wouldn't ask for the address versus I don't see a strong argument to ask for it. So seems like it should be eliminated.
Okay, the clerk has indicated that we don't take those addresses down.
We don't put them in the minutes.
And they're not in the minutes, so we might pass that to the person that occupies this chair most of the time. Any other comment? Okay. New business. We have item 16, approval of the schedule. It's in your packet. Any discussion with regard to what's printed there?
Motion to approve.
Second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Item number 17, I call the meeting adjourned and to re-adjourn by committee to elect chair and vice chair. This meeting is adjourned. Okay, I'd like to call on the administration committee, and I'd like to have Councilman Branch chair that to elect your chair and vice chair.
I nominate Councilman Branch to continue as chair.
Second?